Hello. So today, this weird context and probably the strangely echoey sound, which I thought might be cool for a video, is actually a racquetball court. It's an out of service racquetball court at my gym, but I thought it would make good sound maybe, or weird sound for a video. So what I want to talk about today is a pre-reading technique that I have been thinking a lot about because I'm leading a building professional development session this coming Friday in 2 days on this pre-reading technique. So I've been kind of coalescing thoughts about it, and I had some things I wanted to share. The pre-reading technique is called Probable Passage. It's been around for a while. Maybe like some of you who have been doing this for a little while, I kind of have mixed feelings about these like named versions of actions, exercises, techniques that have been around for a long time, but just kind of swap names as people throw something cutesy on there, and then it gets some traction for a little while with this new name, and that's fine. That's how we use language, right? Like we put a name on something and then it makes it easier to pass around, and that's the goal. It's to pass around a really good thing, so fine. So this particular technique, which you may know under a different name, in the form of probable passage, has a really simplified technique. It uses a graphic organizer format that the students are already usually pretty familiar with because it's just like a series of empty boxes. The empty box on the top, the teacher either projects on overhead, it's not an overhead, it projects on the projector from the screen, or maybe you would have the words on manipulatives. You go through a very content-rich or high-quality, grade-level literary text or disciplined text that is full of concepts that you want your students to be wrestling with over the course of your unit, or at least over the next few lessons. So a really, really meaty, really juicy text, and the teacher pulls out 6 to 10 words. This is super low prep too. This is another reason why I'm sharing it. You pull out 6 to 10 words and you get those words in front of the student in some form or fashion, either projecting them or maybe you have manipulatives that they can slide around. The students in small groups are going to categorize those words, even though they're definitely not going to know what all of them mean well. They might know some of them a little bit, but they're not going to know all of them well, and they probably won't know all of them in this new context because it's something new that you're teaching them. But in talking to other students about it, they kind of discover some things and they wrestle with the concepts a little bit and they group them. So the top box is the words. They write the words out. And then the other boxes, they group them, they figure out how the words might be related. And then the probable part of the probable passage is there are some lines at the bottom of this template where they write in what they think the text is probably going to be about, how the words that you gave them are probably related. So with this template in hand and not before, then you give them the text. And there's kind of a magic thing that you have set up. Number one, the student, seeing all this work that they have done with their own brain and with their collaboration partners, they think to themselves, oh, I'm allowed to think first. I'm allowed to think for a little bit first before I get this text. I don't have to immediately know the right thing and rush to just grab whatever I can get a hold of first and then say my first answer. I can think about it a little bit first. Number two, when they see the text, because of all this thinking and talking and sorting and categorizing that they've been doing, they think to themselves, oh, I actually know a little bit about this. I know a little about this already. What a great space, especially for our striving readers to be, to have that confidence going into the task of reading. And then with the sentence that they came up with as their maybe, probably, this is what we think the passage might be about, they have a purpose for reading. They have made a claim of sorts, and they can figure out if they were right. And you might think, oh, that's kind of a thin purpose for reading. It becomes kind of gamified in this great way because they want to know, did I get it right? What parts did I get right? Who else in the class got this right? Today when I did this, one of my students even asked, well, did our sentence look like what the kids in your other classes did? It is this kind of sneaky but really happy gamification that allows students to establish a purpose for reading. And the purpose is so beautiful. It's to confirm an educated guess. This is what scientists do all the time. Confirm or complicate or realize they were wrong and then get the right answer, and it's great. It's a great technique. It's a great pre-reading technique. I don't use it super frequently so the kids don't get tired of it. I would say at most twice a month. I think it works a little bit better in my classroom with nonfiction, but it absolutely works with fiction as well. So Probable Passage, Google it if you have never heard of it before, and if you have your own pre-reading technique that also involves a lot of student talk and a cool element of gamification or guesswork and vocabulary, I would love to hear about that too.